The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus said, "Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You pay tithes of mint and dill and cumin, and have neglected the weightier things of the law, judgment and mercy and fidelity. These you should have done without neglecting the others. Blind guides who strain out the gnat and swallow the camel. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You cleanse the outside of cup and dish, but inside they are full of plunder and self-indulgence. Blind Pharisee, cleanse first the inside of the cup, so that the outside may also be clean." The Gospel of the Lord. St. Paul's words today to the Thessalonians are very timely and appropriate for us. Reminds us of the power of God's presence in our lives. Paul reminds them not to be alarmed or shaken out of their minds suddenly by fear, by false people stirring things up for them, I guess we could say. But to remember that the Lord himself loved them and has given us everlasting encouragement. That's a powerful line. The Lord has given us everlasting encouragement and good hope through his grace. At a time when we're facing many challenges, it's good to remember that the words of Paul don't allow ourselves to be shaken. With the challenges the world faces now, we could give in to fear and even into sort of a shutdown of ourselves, an inability to face the challenges. And Paul reminds us that the Lord is with us with everlasting encouragement and good hope. Encourage your hearts, he says, and strengthen them. And it's key. This is what links Paul's reading here to the gospel. Encourage your hearts and strengthen them in every good word and deed. And Jesus reminds us that in the gospel, that our faith is not a matter only of externals and of words, but it must be put forth in deeds. That love, St. Ignatius said, love is shown in action, not only in words. And Jesus reminds them the Pharisees were great on words and great on externals, but not on the every good deed and word. They weren't encouragers of people. And I think that's what can stand out for us at this time. With this encouragement of God's hope, it's a time for us to try to grow in our empathy, in our concern for one another. It's a challenge to do what we can to encourage and build up one another, to grow in our humility. Empathy takes humility. You have to have a humble heart in order to be empathetic to someone else. You have to be thinking of the other. And this is a time in our world where we need so much more empathy for one another. A time of division, a time of illness. To be able to grow in that ability to not only empathize with others, but to do what we can. Encourage one another in word and deed. If we have the resources to help, we can do that. But at the very least, we can encourage each other with words of hope. We can pray for each other and pray for our world to put our faith into practice every day. That's what Jesus challenges us to do. And it's what he gives us the grace to do with his eternal encouragement.